Hey, how are you?
Hey, welcome. Nice seeing you.
Welcome.
Hey, John, well played last time. Good luck for today, bud.
Hey, how are you? Today we're gonna make birdies, eh?
Hey, good to see you. Enjoy your golf.
Hey, how's it? Greens are slick today. Good luck, guys.
Hey, dude. I see we're teeing off later. Let's go get a beer, man.
There you have it, the boys all doing their thing and acting it up for me so we can make another promo to make the show even more interesting. Hello and welcome. It's Wednesday and we're here for a big show today. We've got plenty to talk about. Yes, we have Benoni Lakes that we're going to review, and then we've got services that we're going to look at ahead this Sunday, as Sunday Series 1 is back in action for the March events. Yeah, lots to look forward to in March. We've got Benoni Lakes, not Benoni Lakes, we've got services, Blue Valley, Glen Vista, and then a matter of the Masters, which we're all looking forward to, and to see who's in qualifying position thus far, because we all want to make a run for that tournament, win a bag, and a potential, if you're in the top 5, dinner with Glenn Fiddick. And I am really, really looking forward to that. Well, I've got everybody with me today in a bit of a different structure, because we've got plenty guys with us today. We've got... As it comes on, here he goes, here he goes. So here we go. We got Frikkie, we got Donnie, we got Wayne, and we got Vickers Alberts, who makes his debut on the Duckhook show. Thanks for joining us, Vickers, new to the Duckhook series and playing well. So I thought, let's get you on and find out a bit more about Vickers Alberts for the guys who don't know. So let's start with you straight away, Vickers. Tell us about yourself, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Maz. Thanks for having me. It's my first year in the Duckhook. Got invited by Paul and Tyron Vickery and Frikkie Steyn. Played at Wingate my first game and was immediately hooked. I like the way that it's being run. I like the guys, everybody competitive, but yet social. Love it.
That's what we're all about, competitive yet social. And Frikkie, nice to see the new boys coming in, right?
Absolutely, Mazo. Look, Vika said that he's a new guy and he already got a win on the belt. So a good track record, I must say. So looking forward to see how Vikas performs during the year, man.
Rivaling Tiger with the way that he started. He's like 1 for 4 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly welcome Donnie. Hello, Donnie, sitting there in the dark. How are you doing?
Hello, Maz. Yeah, no, it's... I'm good. Good, thanks. It's been a busy couple of days at Concepts, so yeah, been a rush day.
A rush day.
Yeah.
As rushed as this takes to switch windows, I see. Wayne, finally, how are you doing, Wayne? How was your trip to Cape Town and back in less than 24 hours?
Almost less than 24 hours, but going good. Can't complain. And Donnie, you complain about having a rush day for one day. Having a rush day for 3 days, going down to Cape Town and back. At least I finished it, including the stops, was about 36 hours, so it wasn't so bad. Just one truck accident, and then that was it. But otherwise, besides that, back for golf. That's the most important.
That is, for sure, the most important thing. Once again, thank you very much for everybody who's joined us. It's an absolute pleasure that you're here with us. We've got Brian, we've got Gerard, who says, hello, Hansi, hello there, Werner. Glad it's not Benoni Lakes again. Yes, I'm sure we are, many of us, glad it's not Benoni Lakes. And then Ian, I learned from the best. I'm not even sure what that is in relation to. And Hanu is there also. So, boys, Shandon, nice to see you again. We miss you also on course. So hopefully one day you'll be back. One day. Yes? Yes. We miss Shandon, don't we?
Of course, yes.
Before we move on, so let's have a look what's coming up in March. This is what's coming up in March. It's going to be, as I mentioned, services coming up this Sunday, and then Thursday at Blue Valley for the Thursday boys, the 9th of March, and Glen Vista on the 19th. You see it's a little bit more packed because we have a major that we need to get to, and there's a couple of public holidays I'm sure that's going to creep up. So we need to fit all these games in and make it happen. So before we move on, let's throw out a question quickly. And the first question I want to ask is, what do we think of Benoni Lakes? Let's start with the greens. We want to look at the course in general and give some feedback. And the guys in the chat line, you're welcome to give your input and we'll bring you into the conversation. Let's start with you, Frikkie. What did you think? How did you go around the greens?
So I must say the greens was tricky to me. I got a few lines from playing partners, and then when I try to hit that line, mine actually goes the opposite way. So I really found it very difficult. It ran nicely, but yeah, as I said, the line was just couldn't get it.
Yeah, Frikkie, I think we need to get you the book on how to read greens 101, because I don't think that greens were that difficult. It was easy enough to think that it's breaking a lot. But I had a good putting day on the greens. I just think they were a tad slowish, but otherwise I enjoyed them.
Yeah, Frikkie, I think I have to join you on that. I also struggled with the line, so it's not just you. I found it to be probably one of the better greens we played this year so far. What I did notice is, especially at the end of the round, you could see there was a lot of traffic on those greens, so it definitely did not run that true anymore at the end.
Yeah, I would just like to add on one thing, considering with the weather that we've had this recent while, and that, yeah, the greens were a bit slow, and I also found them a little bit tricky in the beginning, but yeah, Dani being the show off saying, yeah, you got to read the line and that. Yes, I did notice they don't break as much, and eventually it was started looking a bit better, but like I said, considering the weather being a bit slow, I actually think those greens were in very good nick. I mean, they were running pretty true in the long run if you have a look at your line and that, and I mean, the condition, I mean, there was one or two greens that might have had a tiny bit of damage and all that. And also, I spoke to the guys in the post shop. They reckon that for the whole week that they actually cut the course 3 times. That's how fast the grass had been growing after all the rain and that. So, yeah, I think considering how we ended up with the course with the greens and that, I think it was still a phenomenal job with taking in whatever they had to do and deal with and all of that stuff. So overall, I think it was great. I really, really enjoyed the time I had on the greens.
Wayne, I just think the fact that Frikkie didn't read the greens right is that his playing partners, without him seeing it, was stepping on his line to get his ball to do different.
No, Frikkie just had to read it left instead of right, and then he would have done better.
I want to jump in there with Vicus's comment
when a playing partner hits it and it goes left, and you're just behind him, and mine goes right. I mean, yeah. Anyways, lekker. I like the banter, guys.
But pulling and pushing is also 2 different lines.
I want to get to what Vicus said. It looks used. That's probably because there's twice as many people on the golf course that there were supposed to be, right, boys?
And the kids.
100%.
And it was fun, I must say.
Yeah. So great. So if you don't know, this is how the top 10 ended on the day. The top 10 was won by Edwin Stolz. What a round of golf. He's had an excellent run to the season so far. He's been telling us that he's been practicing a lot, and it has paid off because he has been shooting under par. His handicap has been going down, and off a 14 handicap, still to shoot 7 under. Man, that guy's in form. Nice to see John van Deventer up there on -4. I'm sure that he thought, wow, he's having the round of his life, but unfortunately lost out by 3 points in the end. And we had a host of guys tied for -2, including Wayne Rude, however you say that. He, I think this is only his 3rd round that he played with us. He actually joined us for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, at Benoni Lakes last year. Clint Britt is always steady. Jamie Sherry having a good round. Louis Jordan again. Martin Tata. Jaco Jacobs, another good round. Quibus up there in the top 10. And Carl Kivitz, another good round, following his top 5 at, where was it? Killarney. Great effort from the boys there. And as always, I caught up with some of the guys afterwards to see what they had to say. So this is what they had to say.
Lekker! Nicely done, buddy. Well done. Very well done.
Eden, here we are. Finally, you have a victory under your belt. How happy are you?
I'm very happy. Static, thanks.
Tell us about this game. 7 under, that's a hell of a round of golf.
Yeah, it was quite a mission to get out of all of the trees and everything, but luckily I could make a lot of up and downs.
-7 on a 14 handicap. Edwin Stolz, winner of Benoni Lakes.
What's the goal for the rest of the season? You're up there in many of the top 10s. What's the goal for the season?
Yeah, I want to win stay in the top 10. Let's on both Sunday 1 and 2.
Okay. And maybe the player of the season.
I hope so. I hope so. Maybe. We'll see.
Wayne, good round today. The top 5 finish. Happy with it?
Well, yeah, I suppose I could have done better, but I mean, the course was a little bit tough. the rough was a bit quite rough, and I mean it was quite hard out of the rough. So if you didn't hit the fairway, you know it was quite difficult to get back. And but I mean, once you hit the fairway, you know it's easy to get to the green. You know, so but you know, it was.
Best part of your game?
I think my putting. Putting was a bit tough, especially in the first 9. I was pulling a lot of my putts to the left, and I was missing a lot of putts. But it got better in the second 9, and I actually caught up quite well. So yeah.
Jamie, great round of golf here at the Lakes, -2. Happy with that?
Delighted. Best round of the year so far. Hit the ball pretty well. Didn't putt that well, but pretty solid all round. And yeah, enjoyed it.
Does it suit you when the field is slow?
No. And there was no cart, so I was pretty grumpy today. So perhaps I should walk more often. I might shoot under par more often.
Martin, top 5 finish. Congratulations. How did it go today?
Oh, finally, hit some decent shots. Didn't 3-putt too often. I think that was the key, but I think just game coming along nicely.
Best part of your game?
I think off the tee, I had a good miss. On 2 putts, quite straightforward. Boring golf.
Talk about your match play game.
It was like Brendan and I clashing nicely, or gelling nicely. 4-3, but good win.
Carl, I've spoken to you twice. That means you finished top 5 twice now. Congratulations. How did it go?
It went good. The day was long. The back 9 was a hard fight till this last par 3. That's obviously what pushed me into the par 5. It's the last hole. Yeah, it was brilliant. Long day.
Well, you've got some nice momentum coming up for the rest of the season. What's the plan? What's the goals?
The plan is just to keep playing this game. Stay consistent. Try push for top 10s. That's my goal. Top 10s, top 5s is an advantage.
We just want to say, Nev and Kev, this is your face now at the moment. You know, it's like our face is this one over here. So yeah, no, it's like thanks for the game.
Yeah,
Enjoyed it. It was like
great.
fun.
So what was the score? 7-5.
7-5. Ouch. Ouch.
Okay.
Sorry guys. Sorry guys. There we go.
Donnie, you said it was actually 7-6. I don't think it matters what 7 and what it was. It was still a bit of a hiding, no?
Yeah, I could not believe that, Maz. Like Leon just started out off the blocks like a house on fire, and yeah, it's like before the Predators could see, they were 4 down after 4 holes, and yeah, and luckily I sort of kept Kevin at bay on a few holes, but yeah, no, it was. I did not think that would happen before the game against them.
Correct. Seeing that they were runners-up in the team champions last year. Let me quickly throw in a couple of comments. I'm not going to put them on screen. I'm just going to read them out. About the course, Leon says, like the course. Gerard says, hey, leave my partner alone, the course and their management sucks. Okay, yes. Hansi says, had 1 or 2 greens. I struggled, but overall think they were in good condition. Thank you, Hansi. Ian says, agreed. And he also says, second 9 greens slope to the lake. Yes, most times. And welcome, Rudolph. So let's have a look at the eventual winner's scorecard. Frikadel?
Yeah, let me go through that. So, yeah, as I say, okay, so obviously the first 9, he made 21 points, 1 double bogey with a birdie. Obviously knowing how far he can hit the ball, not surprised that 21 points is in grasp with him. The second 9, I mean, that was just steady golf there. I mean, just making 3 bogeys and the rest basically pass. What I've seen, I think I played 1 game with him at Killarney, where he basically ripped us apart that first 9. And yeah, when we spoke about the whole game, he's doing some practicing with the other coach. And yeah, I mean, he's just playing so much great golf at the stage. You know, it's a great improvement from what we have seen last year. And looking forward to see how this guy's handicap will be going to single digits. I think that's definitely.
You won't be playing for 14 the next time around, that's for sure. But I was playing for 14 or so, and I wish I could shoot 79. That'd be fantastic. A long way to go after that round at Benoni Lakes, I can tell you that much. Okay, let's look at the pins so long. These were the winners of the pins. Ryan Esmond is still winning everything. At Observatory, I think he also took 2 of the pins. So he's taken the Golf Raid par 3 5, and then Edwin, there, par 3 9th, taking that one. Par 3 16th was Richard Viljoen, winning the Aerosol whiskey sponsored hole. And then Ryan Esmond has just got another Golf Concepts voucher, Donnie. I think he's racking them up. He might just take over the company soon, the way he's going.
Yeah, no, it's like you can start selling them.
As I'll tell you, that's quite impressive on the 16th hole into that breeze, putting it within a meter. That is a good shot.
Yes, agreed.
Let me tell you there, because that is actually true. But when you're the opponent and you witness that shot, it's not an our shot, you see.
Okay.
Were you the opponent, Wayne? No, you weren't.
Well, for our teams, he was our opponents. They played against myself and PJ. And yeah, the game didn't go too great, and they won the match. But we were dormy and we were pulling it back and back. He gets onto the 16 in the wind and all of that, and he knocks it so tight. And that was to close the match, making the birdie.
Sorry, talking about Reichardt. I was still on Edwin there. It's like, what, really? I thought you played another team. Okay, what else can we talk about? Well, the Four-Ball Alliance. This is who won the Four-Ball Alliance at the end of the day. It was quite tight. It came down to Clint Britters, Michael Rubach, Wayne Rude, and Jamie Sherry with minus 1991 points. And second place, I can tell you, was on 90 points. And that was the four-ball of Jaco Jacobs, Jean van Collier, Quibus Skuman, Jason David. So they came in at 18. And then if you run your eyes through it, Peter Zach, Edward Kutsis, Stephen Saunders, and there's Edwin Stolz in pairing 3. Fricky, you didn't have a bad day, 14 points, but just not good enough.
Yeah, Mazo, our four-ball didn't do too great. Again, like I said, I probably cost a lot of guys points there with my not reading the lines properly. But it was lekker. It was like a four-ball. I think Leon Duplessis, obviously, from his handicap, I mean, he made a run of a 4-point, 3-point, 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 4-point, and then from there he just sort of fell off. So, yeah, he was playing monstrous golf there. So, yeah, I think they carried us.
Vickers, how was your four-balls, Richard, Hansi, and Rudolph?
No, it was a great four-ball, Maz. Richard and Hansi played individual knockout, and it was lovely to watch. And that also helped our game with the Four-Ball Alliance. No, it was awesome playing with those guys.
And while we're on with Richard, did you know it was his 100th course? Richard, number 100. How long has it taken to get you? And take us a brief history of your 100.
Yeah, it's taken a long time to get here, I think, Naz. I think I started playing golf with my old man when I was around 6-7 years old. So good 35 years to get here. But yeah, I really started playing more seriously golf a couple of years ago and started taking note of it. Yeah, mainly down in KZN and Gauteng that I've played a lot of the courses. Haven't got a lot of the Western Cape courses in. But yeah, I've just been very fortunate to, with Duckhook, also tick off a lot more.
I know your legs never played you, obviously.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to go?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I've driven past here a lot. I think we see it when we drive on the highway, and when I was young, my grandparents lived around the corner, so I used to drive past it a lot. But looking forward. It looks very, very nice. Looks green, looks tight, so it could be a good day.
Where's the next 100 going to come from?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more, but I think if I go down to the Western Cape, I'll tick off a couple there. I think the next focus will be the top 100. I think I'm 56 or 58 of the top 100, so still a lot to go there.
Last question, what was 99?
99 was Margate Country Club down on the south coast, so that, yeah, it was a good one.
Vickers, you were going to say about his 100, and the question I'm going to ask everybody is who's everybody played 100 courses yet?
Yeah,
starting with Vickers.
No, definitely not me. But yeah, what a milestone for Richard, and also for Hansi. They played in the same four-ball, who had his 100th week before, I believe.
Oh, you're right. We did have his 100 a week before.
Yeah.
I want Donnie. What about you?
Yeah, geez, I can't remember my 100th course. It actually happened while I didn't actually realize it. So, because I'm standing like I think over like 110, but yeah, no, it's lucky to have that underneath the belt to say, listen, you've played 100 courses, so yeah.
And you?
Yes, I did last year with Jaco and Davy and a couple of Duckhook guys. So yeah, at Pazula. So yeah, it was a lekker day. Rainy though. Shot one of the better rounds on the day, but yeah, got it 100.
You guys are giving away your age, you know that.
No, if you look at Donnie plays so often, so for him within a year he will have the 100 courses. But mine was with Markoflo when we had our Duckhook event there. That was my number 100, and then since then I've only moved one course extra on top of that. So not close to Donnie, but yeah, that was also nice to do that on the Duckhook event and all that, and hit your 100th course there.
It gets harder as we go, that's for sure.
It does.
There's less courses to play.
Wayne, I actually added another one the other day. I actually played Sandy Lane for the first time. So there was another scalp on there.
You see, Donnie, I didn't lie. Within a year, you played 100 courses. Cancel that, you'll do it again. I'm waiting for you to hit the 500.
More to look at. You would have seen on some of the side leaderboards that we had par 3, par 4, and par 5 best of. Always interesting to see. And who came out on top for the best of the par 3s? Well, that was Carl Kivett, who went 3 under in the par 3s with 3-pointers in the last 3 of them. I don't know which order he played them in, but did very, very good. Well done, Carl. And Gary Granville, Hendrik, also new, and Robert with next up with -2 on the par 3s, or 10 points, which is really, really good going. Is there anybody on our panel? No, I'm afraid you all sucked at the par 3s, boys.
We do suck. Par 3s is not my game, so I'm not even sad that I'm not here, so that's fine.
Par 3 is not my game currently either. Par 4s, this is what the best of the par 4s look like. Clint Britters with 27 points. That's a majority of his points, -7, but he was tied with Edwin, who was on 27 points as well. If you look at all the 3-pointers, there are plenty of them. How many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row.
Yes.
Not to say they're in a row, but if you know what I mean. John is there.
Yeah.
Wayne. Jaco, Vickers, Lee, other Vickers, and Frikkie. Well done, Frikkie. -1, which is okay, I suppose.
Got one on you guys.
Best of par 5s. This is what the par 5s look like.
I will definitely be here.
It's coming. Leon Duplessis, 12 points in the par 5. So he went 4 under on the par 5s. That's fantastic going. 3 points, 2 points, 4 points, 3 points. Jomo, -3. Ryan, -3. You would expect him off a scratch. He would probably be reaching most of those par 5s easily in 2 and having eagle opportunities. Well done to Quibus, -2 on the par 5s, 10 points. And Donnie, you are there, -1, and no one else. Donnie, how was your par 5s?
No, it's like, except for that 1 point on hole number 15, I actually played them all well. So, yeah, that was just the blemish on the scorecard, that hole 15.
Good. It's nice to see.
So can I just quickly comment on this, on Leon Duplessis winning that one?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the 4-pointer now, obviously. So I just want to go through that hole. We start, that's the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, 11th, one of those two. So he hits the ball to the left, he punches out, and he sticks it like a meter away from the hole. Just saying for that birdie for 4 points. That kind of broke us in our match play, by the way. It wasn't nice.
Frikkie, I understand, Frikkie. I know the pain.
It hurts.
Frikkie, I thought the 6-ball playing in front of you broke you guys.
So, well, that's not the 6-ball. That was when they changed, and then there was a kid and a mother and 3 other guys there. So that was also so, eh? But lekker.
It comes.
Course life is great.
It comes in. I want to just get back to some other boys. Peter Zakari says driver got Edwin into trouble on a lot of the holes, but his recovery was amazing, and he sank 3 or 4 putts from off the green. Great, consistent golf. Well, that always helps if you're sinking the putts from off the green, I can tell you that much. Gerard Snyman. Sounds like a cricket 100 not out. I'm on 78 not out. That's pretty good, Gerard. And then Louis says I'm on 66. Maz doesn't want to organize rounds on new courses. She's run out of courses to organize rounds on, Mr. Louis. I'm afraid that's as much as I'm going to get unless you play more Limpopo series events. You might get more courses to tick off your 100 list. What does it all mean? Well, after 2 rounds, this is what it means in the standings. The top 10. Edwin has jumped to the top with now 43 points. If you think only 43, don't forget that we had a case of 9 holes at Killarney. So his 43 is his lowest and 65 is the total, if that makes sense. John van der Venter jumps up from 16th to 2nd. He's now on 40, which is including his lowest. Clint Burders moves from 16th to 3rd. Martin Tartet from 28th to 3rd. Jamie Sherritt goes from 64th to 3rd. Lots of guys on tied 3 on 38 points, as you can see, including Louis and Wayne. And then Carl Kivet jumps at 37th. He goes from 4th to 8th, actually. Jaco Jacobs from 9th to 8th. And Leon Duplessis from 12 to 8. So well done to these boys. We are up and running with the series, and we'll see how it all ends up. Who will be the champion of Sunday Series 2, and who will make the shootout team for next year? Squad challenge, there was 2 games, which was the Wusrand, Frikkie, Gerard, Hansi, and Ashley. You are now on 277, but you've been eclipsed by Graham de Villiers, Kevin Ho, Ryan Jensen, and Louis Westhuizen, who are now on 292 boys, and a few teams that need to organize their things. So that's how it looks. I think we might have to swap out some people here, because look at, this is how they enter. Look at Nico Roots, but Nico Roots is not going to be playing too often, so maybe put another Sunday player in there. And I think the same will go for one or two other teams. Okay, and then the player of the season after February. This is what the player of the season looks like after February. Charles Swanepoel, we need you to come play another event, because you are averaging with 1, which is 275. So the moment he plays again, he will most likely drop down the list. Edwin is doing fantastically well. Look how many points he's got, boys. 1,590. He's the first player to breach the 1,000 points. Luki Janssen hasn't played in a bit, so he's still there on an average of 224. Mark hasn't played in a while. Alan as well. Edwin is there after his second place at Michali's. Then we've got Kevin, Nico, Byron Knutzer, and Brian Owen moves to 10th position. The first bubble is what it was after January, and the second bubble is what it is after February. All right. So
I just need to comment on this one, and sorry for ranting on Edwin, but I mean, that is just phenomenal to see that. I mean, after a few games, he's already over 1,000 points. I mean, he had probably in all the games that he's played in the top 5, at least top 10. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. Keep going, dude. You're looking well. Go for it.
Good. Wayno, you had a bit of a match play. Now, I wanted to show all the match play results, but I don't think we're going to have time for everything. So we'll just touch on you guys. I think Wayne's already said what happened. Frikkie, you'll let us know. But Wayne, you sent me a video. Thank you very much. And you can comment after it. This is what the end of Wayne's match looked like.
Ek gaan jou nou so 'n bietjie pla. Okay, this is now Dormy. We were Dormy 3. And this Oki decides to knock it closest to the pin so far. So this is to win the match. What a birdie, what a birdie. Well done, guys. Excellent game today. Been up all the way through. So great stuff. Thanks. Excellent. How's it?
Wayno, also new to the Duckhook fraternity. How did your match go then?
Well, I'll put it this way. I really enjoyed the company with the guys. I mean, coming new to Duckhook, and they actually said, you know, they saw the team match play, they saw the singles, and said, right, we're going to go out, and this is what we're going to do. They weren't lying, let me tell you. They went strong. First 9, it was a bit of a tough game for both teams. That wasn't too bad, but the back 9, you know, those guys dovetailed. They were winning on 3 points. If we halved a hole, we were halving on 3 points. Those guys really were dovetailing and playing well. And then, like I said earlier, that when they got to the 16th, the wind is howling, and Oki just smacks it and puts it, Svicha just puts it next to the cup there. And yeah, they ended up closing the match. But it was tough on the first 9. The second 9, it was a runaway for them because of the dovetailing. But it was really great, and also great to see the spirit from you guys coming in and how they really wanted to play in the Duckhook and all of that. So they also enjoyed themselves really much. And so congratulations to them, definitely.
And then you, Frikkie. Frikkie round took on Frikkie squared. And Frikkie, which one are you, round?
I'm round, definitely.
Okay, you round. What happened with Frikkie round?
No, Frikkie round. Look, Frikkie round played a decent game. I mean, I made 35 points. It was just struggling. I mean, between Leon and Frikkie Stein, for instance, they were dovetailing great. And I mean, Leon's second 9 was just phenomenal. I mean, after 6 holes, I think he was already on 17 points. So he just killed us. So there's nothing you can do. I mean, you should lose against 3 or 4 points, 3 pointers and 4 pointers. And we just couldn't capitalize on that. We did we were on Dormy for about 3 holes. So we fought back, and then obviously on a stroke 1, just a stupid read again. Nothing just worked for us. It was funny.
So a bit of work to do for the next
Yeah.
couple of games. Right, to
Menzo,
wrap...
so-
Yes.
Sorry,
Donnie.
just one thing. I just had a quick think about like listening what Fricky said there. The funny thing is, last year when we were teammates, we also had one guy every game playing his heart out. And now that I've left the Mighty Ducks, they still are after Fricky because they're still playing a hell of a game while they're playing with Fricky. So I'm actually glad I've got a new partner. I feel sorry for Gerard Snyman because every game he's going to have, there's going to be somebody playing his socks off against Fricky.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Thanks, Donnie. But yeah, it's like that. Every game that we have faced, there was always a guy that was in the top 2 or top 3. And Leon, unfortunately, last 2 holes he didn't play well. Otherwise, he would have been in the top 3. So yeah.
But isn't that match play for you? I mean, you can play and shoot 36 points, which is average, you would say, and win, and you can shoot 41 points and lose.
Correct. Absolutely. You're 100% right with that.
The beauty of match play, everybody. Just to wrap up Benoni Lakes, who actually left? You said you left the Mighty Ducks. Who actually left the Mighty Ducks?
It was a decision we both agreed upon while driving to Highland Gate.
Okay. That was was it a long conversation or just we're done?
I can't use the words that we used on that side, but it was like yo and yo and it was done.
It was just like I was just sitting drinking my coffee, and all of a sudden I just got bombarded with this statement from Fricky. That was like
heartbreaking. Okay, just to wrap it up, we're going to have a quick round table. I'm going to ask you guys to rate the course 1 out of 10 and why, from your perspective. Also, leaving out the organization, but the course itself, because that's why we're there. What did we think of the course, boys? We start with you, Vickers.
Yeah, Maz, I think I'll give it 7 out of 10. Lovely layout. The greens were really good. I felt the bunkers were also good. There was a lot of sand in them. And overall manicured very nicely for the amount of rain we had.
So I'll go with 8. I really enjoy the course. Not finding your ball or struggling to find your ball in the rough tells me that it makes it difficult. I like the shape of the course. Yeah, I would still go for the 8. It was a lekker course. I enjoyed it.
Go away.
Yeah, I would also give it about an 8 out of 10, definitely. Like he says, the layout, I really enjoy the layout. I think it's very nice, especially the back 9 coming through a little bit narrow and all of that. It gives you a bit of a challenge, but also part of the course can also give away a bit for the high handicap players or your more everyday golfers on that side. But the manucure, and considering with the rain and all that, usually the course and the greens are looking nice whenever I go there. But I mean, considering everything as well, I definitely have to give it, well done.
Nice, yeah. I would say 7.5. Just for the simple reason, if you're just looking at a few manicuring areas, there was a few wet patches that wasn't sort of like marked GUR around the course. I was in one of them. But other than that, I can't fault anything. I know some of the guys can fault, obviously as like guys that starters at the tee box and stuff, but for me, the course was really, really good. 7 out of 8, but just it's small things. Just
Goodness gracious, boys.
that needs to be put through and everything.
Goodness gracious. 7 and 8 out of 10s. What happens when we play like a Highland Gate? What are you going to give that? 15?
Of course, yes.
Make it 20.
Keyword,
20, man.
As keyword, 15 out of 10.
Yeah, okay. I would have given it maybe a 6 because if I put into relations to other courses we've played, I think there were some courses in better condition. But that's your opinion, obviously. So there we go. Hansi also says 8 out of 10. So, yeah, for the golf itself, yes. Let's have a look at the Masters qualifying. After 2 rounds, this is what it looks like. So if you pretty much in the top 10 of these 3 series, you are almost guaranteed a place in the Masters. So let's just remind you, I will send this out tomorrow for the guys who are not watching so that they can already arrange their leave. We're playing Serengeti, and it's the Friday 31st of March, and it's from 7 a.m. You might be asking, why 7 a.m.? Well, I can tell you why. If we don't do 7 a.m., we don't play Serengeti because they actually do not take groups on Fridays anymore because they're so busy. So Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, they don't really take groups. The only way I could get us on is if we go in the morning field so that the other people can play in the afternoon. So that is why. So I hope it doesn't affect too many people, but you've got a month to sort it out. Sunday 1, these are the current qualifiers. Alan Lowe, Edwin Potgieter, Hanno Oosthuizen, Brian Owen, Vaughan Williams, Ian Holtzhausen, Graham de Villiers, Wimpy Vos, Louis Jensen, Stefan Enriet, Vickers Lee, Rudolf Broderick, Jaco Swanepoel, and Frikkie Steyn. You might...
Maybe do Thursday.
Hold on, before you do that, you might wonder why are certain people in certain places if they play both. The answer is if you are top, like for instance Edwin, I think in Sunday 1 he's 4th, but because he's top in Sunday 2, he will be in that qualifying league.
Okay, good. Then on the Thursday, we've got Lucie Jansen, Vickers Alberts, well done. Baron Kutzer, Leon Creer, Nico Roots, Markie, Edward Kutzer, Gerard Gerber, Davy van Rensburg, Pieter Prinsloo, Russell Tandy, Paul Vickery, Hilton Button, and Marius Creer. Some new names there, so lucky guys.
Yeah, new names there for sure. Who wants to do Sunday 2?
Yeah, no, it's like Sunday 2, you can see Edwin Stoltz leading the pack. Then old Kevin Ho, John van Deventer, Charles Swanepoel, Clint Broeders, Martin Tauter, Mr. Jamie Sherry, Louis Jordan, Jaco Jacobs, Carl Kiewit, after his good round last, it's like on Sunday, and then Pranay Pandy, Leon Duplessis, and then Frikkie, your partner's there.
Ja, waar's joune?
I can no lock him.
Daggers out. And you would have seen his automatic qualifiers. The automatic qualifiers is Donnie, player of the season, Frikkie, Sunday 2 champion, Jean-Dre, Thursday champion, Richard, Series 1 champion from last year, and then Grant defends his title. So those are the only automatic qualifiers at this stage.
Mez,
yes.
Just before you finish that one, I just would like just to say something to my boot, Ryan, if hopefully he is watching. Him and I need to pull our socks up because for the first time, there's only one Vincent that's qualified, and it's old Toppy. So all I can say is, well done, Toppy, keep it up.
Yes. Has Toppy played Serengeti?
I doubt it. I don't think so yet.
Well, there's another one for your list, Toppy. Another one for your list. You move it up to 67.
Yes, I better play with Toppy on Serengeti, eh? Yes, like it's going to be fun.
And I'll caddy.
All right, let's move to services, everybody, because we have that coming up very, very soon. This is what the standings look like going into it. We have Vaughan Williams, which promises me he'll take a photo with me at services. Alan Lowe, Hanno Oosthuizen, and Brian Owen. They all tied one because it's still the whole lowest of. Grant Nell, 39th points. Edwin Potgieter, 39. Lucie, 38. Louis Jensen, 38. Edwin Scholes, 37. And Clint Brothers on 37. So that's what it looks like going in to services. This is where services is. If you don't know, it's in Pretoria somewhere. I don't know exactly. But this will give you an idea when it decides to play. If it's going to. I don't know where it's not. Is it? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Let's try again. There it is. There it is. There it is. So services, as we zoom in on Google Earth, is if you don't know, a ex-army golf course. And it is somewhere there in Pretoria. And going. You'll see it shortly. Promise.
Slowly.
Here it goes. Yo, this guy is falling slowly out of the sky. And now you can see the course layout. But,
it's like Frikkie's driving.
Yeah,
yes, like that's still going on.
Yeah. So basically, the 1 9 is to the right and the other 9 is to the left. First 9 is to the left, second 9 is to the right. Okay?
Lekker course though.
Yeah, good course. Services, this is some information. Actually, difficult to get information on services because they don't have much going on from a website or stats point of view. SA Golf Course ranking, unranked, obviously. Parkland's layout. Second appearance on the Duckhook calendar. Previous winner, Stephen Saunders, on -2. And that's how Sunday Series 1 started in 2022. How much time have we got? We've got 42 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to actually play that. This is just a reminder of a bit of a history piece of services, and this is how the season started last year, Vickers. If you didn't know, this is what it looked like.
Welcome to the 2022 Duckhook season. First game of the season, let's do this.
Take every moment as it comes. Enjoy your life, cause you only get one. Yeah, you only get one. So live it on.
Well, first round of the season, top 5 finished. Are you happy with it?
Very happy. I was driving the ball nicely today. The rough was heavy. Yeah, happy with my performance. Made 1 or 2 birdies and some good pars. Nice up and down out the bunker. I was very happy.
Happy with the start to the season?
Yeah, very happy.
This is your chance, so make it pay. Enjoy the dance and let the music play.
Richard, good start to the season. You happy? Even pass? Broke 79?
Yeah, good round. Very happy to get the season off to a good start. Always good to get the game going and get deal with some thick rough out there today. But yeah, 79. I'm happy. Striking the ball nicely, so all good.
What do you think of the course?
Yes, Richard.
The course was nice. Very good nick. Couple of greens were a little bit bumpy, but in general it was very, very good. The rough was thick, so if you went in too deep, then you were going to struggle to get out. But fortunately, I didn't experience too much of that today.
Unlucky, Wayne. Almost there.
No, unfortunately.
How'd it go?
It went very good. I was very lucky with up and downs. That's actually what saved me. A lot of one putts. And but yeah, otherwise pretty much all right. And bombs off the tee box helped a lot. Today I was incredibly long with the driver. I was actually surprising myself.
You needed that putt to win it, but unfortunately not.
No, that's that's how it goes, unfortunately.
And I got a ball! Okay, beautiful.
So, our first winner. Unexpected. Didn't know he was sitting as a clubhouse leader, and then things unfolded. That's what the great thing about the live scoring is. Shooting -2. His first Duckhook victory into the Masters. Steve Saunders. Give him a round of applause. You are the winner. You were sitting as a clubhouse leader, now you're the winner. Can you believe it? How are you feeling?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it at all. Just I've been looking forward for this for 2 years, and it's finally here, which is it's awesome. It really is awesome.
Tell us about your game. How good was your game?
Yeah, my game's been good. The last 2 weeks I've been playing so well. I've got cut 5 shots. So I mean, last time I played here 2 weeks ago, I played it for 12. Today I had to play for 7. So the game's been going in the right direction. I just thought I peaked too early. I said to Fricky before we teed off, this was 2 weeks earlier, I might have stood a chance, but kept it together. Had an awesome partner. First round, my partner had to impress him, and yeah, I just kind of worked today.
So that's how it all unfolded. Nice to see some of the gentlemen there, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, absolutely, Mazo. I love that last part we played with Steven. So, yeah, it was a great part for him to tip it. At that point, we didn't know specifically that he would win. There was a few contenders, this guy as well. But, yeah, it was great. Well,
Wayne took us through it. You needed to make that putt at the end, but you also didn't know what was happening.
No, 100%. I wasn't too sure what was happening. And eventually coming down on the 17th, eventually when I got into the score cap, because my phone wasn't working so then it looked like that I had the lead, or I had to just make a putt or whatever. But standing on the 18th tee box, Yeah, Wayne usually gets nervous when he's in the lead or when he's close to the lead, and hit that thing such a terrible duck hook left on the side, or whatever, just going over that little ravine coming up on the last one. I managed to recover and eventually get onto the green, and then I had that putt, and all I had to do was just box that one. And looking at my father's line, I had my line and looking at my father's putt, and I was like, it's not going to turn as much. I don't think it's going to. Let's just change the line a little bit. And they missed the putt. But, it was still good golf at the end of the day. I was very, very happy with my performance and all of that. I mean, Services is a tight course and is a tough place. So, definitely very happy. And, Stephen did play well, and he did deserve it, especially with these putts. At least he made the putt, and I missed it. That's the difference between winners and first to second.
Because you played there before?
Yes, I did. A very long time ago. But from what I can recall, it's a relatively shortish layout, which is always great for the shorter heaters and the high handicappers. And I believe they actually did holotining the 14th of February on Valentine's Day, so which makes it, 3 weeks?
Yes, long enough.
Pretty much. Yeah, so it should be good.
Good.
That just makes me think the greens might be a bit slow. I do agree with Vickers there. It is a shortish course. I think the one mistake long hitters make is that they try to overpower the course. And, with the tree line and the trees there's a couple of holes where if you do that, it can really bite you quickly, that you can put yourself into wrong spots. But it's still a good layout. I think it's a challenging layout as well. And then obviously all the duck hooks, I just want to say to you guys, when you're standing on top of the 12th tee box, just take in the view for a minute. You can see the Voortrekker monument there on the right hand side. So it's a nice view. So in between the competitiveness, just take a time and breathe and take the view in.
Lekker. From my side, I did play a couple of games there. Not the best course for me scoring wise, but enjoy the layout. If the iron play is good, I believe that there's going to be some good scores there. Again, like Donnie said, don't try and overpower it. But I do enjoy the layout. It's a lekker course for me to play as well.
Hanu says 5 wood all day. I'm sure for Hanu it would be 5 wood all day. Yes, maybe even a 2 iron if he owns one of those.
Yeah.
But I agree with Vickers for the longer hitters. It's actually nice. It gives us a bit of a chance to have short irons in for a change. I don't know who's played there lately. Do we hold much hope for the bunkers?
I don't know. I haven't played there since last year, so I have no idea.
Anybody watching played there recently? What the bunkers like? That's another question. I know we're playing our team game there against Steve and Sarl, so that should be interesting. A big one to win. Let me go back. We managed to beat the ladies in our game at Benoni Lakes, 8-6. It's tough. But we didn't play great, so at least we got a victory somehow. Let's have a look at the pins, everybody. This is what we're playing for, the pins. Where do we start? We start on the par 4 fifth, will be the closest in 2. If you can remember the math, that's that short little one where it really hooks left, if you remember correctly. Par 3 eighth is the next one. That's the long one. That's the long one.
As the fifth hole, isn't that short par 4 going up the hill?
Yeah. And then there's a par 3 after that, and then it's the stroke 1, I think, and then it's the par 3 eighth coming down.
Yeah, that 8th hole is also quite a long par 3.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit a good shot in there to claim your Strixon towel. And then the par 3 15th, it's over all that stuff. You tee up over the stuff.
Yeah.
And the green is rather small, if I remember.
Oh, yes, yeah. It's got like a palm tree there on the right-hand side of the green.
Yes, something like that. Let's have a look at the tee sheet quickly. Not the biggest field, which is a bit worrying, to be honest. First tee at 11 o'clock, we are supposed to be off. And there it goes. First tee, Jan Venter, which is now moved because he's added his son into the field just before we came on. So he has moved somewhere else. A couple of singles games. Brian Owens taking on Gerda Gerber. Glenn Williams taking on Frikkie Steyn. There's the match play I was talking about. Myself, Grant against Steve and Sorrel. Louis Gerber and Jaco de Cox playing Ryan and Louis. Then Frikkie, you've got 2 single match plays in your 4-ball if you haven't seen. You're taking on Van Lebowski and Gerard Sneeman's taking on Granville Williams.
Yeah. Thanks for that one. It was a great surprise when he SMS'd me and says, we're going to take a car together. I said, well, I'm not playing you. And then he says, yeah, we are. So it was a great surprise. Thank you so much.
Well, you know how it works. If there's no team games in there or confirmed, then I'm just slotting in the singles games.
Yeah.
On the 10th, on the 11th, we've got Graham versus Hannes Skuman. And then Donnie, there's your 4-ball. Wayne asked very nicely to move back because PJ is coming with you, Frikkie.
Yeah, but correct.
Okay. So there it is.
Thank you, Frikkie, for bringing my partner so that we can beat Donnie and then just teach him a lesson. I really appreciate your effort in this, Frikkie.
Listen, don't thank me yet. I haven't picked him up yet. I might actually forget. So just SMS me before the game.
Don't worry, I will. I will.
All right, boys. Well, that's it for the show today. Last round that we're going to go through. Winning scores. What do we think the winning scores are going to be, considering last year was -2? And that was quite a few guys on -2. Let's start with you, Frikkie. What do you think the winning score is going to be? And then we'll go around.
Yeah, Mazza, I do think that the -3, -4 would actually top it. The guys are playing really well. They've put in the effort. So I think -3, -4 would be their game.
Yeah, Maz, I think considering the Greens were volatile 3 weeks ago, they're going to be slow. I don't think they're going to turn that much. I'm going to go -5, -6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they shoot that, you've got a bit of work to do, Donnie. I can tell you that. Vickers, what do you think?
Yeah, I would also think around -3, -4. It obviously depends on the condition of the greens and the course and the rough. So we'll have to wait and see. But I reckon around -3, -4.
And you, Maz? Oh, Wayne, sorry.
Wayne first.
Yeah, no, I actually think -2 will be very lucky. Mark my words, -2, very lucky to get there.
You think that hard?
I'm telling you right now. There's parts of that course that does something to your brain and it tells you that I can get to this area. This is this one hole. It does do that. And also you have some other guys that try and play clever and the course just gives you a big blank. I'm not going to say it online.
Just remember, there's one in every 4-ball, and Wayne is that guy in the 4-ball now.
That's it.
I'm just thinking, who's talking to him? Where's the course talking to him?
I got a couple of comments. I just want to gooi in here very, very fast. Rudolph Brullik says, go Werner. He obviously wants him to, he's in your group, so he wants you to be beat, because if you're beat, Frikkie, you are out, as far as I can figure out.
Correct.
So a big game for you, Frikkie. Werner Lebowski, Frikkie, looking forward playing against my DH idol.
Aww. I love you too, man.
Gerard Sneeman says, Werner, your standard is very low.
Sis.
Very good. Hannu says -1. Rudolph says -4. Hansi says -2. Hannu says rough is long, greens are slow, -1. And then Gerard says, is Sarel playing? He is playing. He's coming back, or he is back. He's playing us. They were adamant to play us at services because Steve had won there, and apparently Sarel does a lot of his practicing there. So they wanted to play us there so they could have the advantage. So if we beat them, it's going to be proper bragging rights. And Frikkie is the cart girl in the 4-ball, apparently.
Hannu, I still love you. Mazza, but you? -3.
Plus? I'll go -3.
3?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, that depends on Edwin, really, what he wants to do. Boys, it's been fun. Thank you very much for joining us. I can tell you that, unfortunately, there will be no show next week. I'm in Cape Town for the South African Ladies Open, and it starts on their Tuesday already. So day one's on Wednesday, which doesn't really help. So unfortunately, there will be a no-show next Wednesday, but then we'll catch it all up the Wednesday after that. Thanks for joining us. The guys who always watch, appreciate it. It's time for you to bump the other boys and let them join in. If we can get to 40 viewers, that'd be fantastic. I think we reached about 24 today. So let's get it up there. Let's support everything. It takes a lot of work for us all to come together for an hour and do this. So yeah, the more the merrier. Until later, the player pack will go out tomorrow, hopefully, and then we all know what's happening. If you still want to play, let me know, but I'm sure everybody watching here is playing. Okay, that's it from me, boys. Everybody say goodbye.
Lekker, boys.
Lekker.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody. Boom.
Cheers.
I never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night.
The one who is hungrier to reach the top will always get there before the talented guy. Maybe not immediately, but in the end, hungry always wins. In the end, hard work always wins. In the end, heart wins. Courage wins. In the end, the one who is more dedicated to reach the top will win.